Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome home. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and for trusting on us. I would wish to say thank you so much for those who've been sharing videos, liking them, commenting. Like kawaida, we don't take it for granted, or I personally don't take it for granted that you go and then you come back. Today is a bright day that the Lord has made for us. I've decided to vlog at night. It's around 8 p.m. here. And I just thought, guys, like we said, this place is all about educating each other, like, enlightening you on what you don't know, or what you know, you just bring it on the table. Like that has been our slogan. What you know, bring it on the table. What I don't know, what you don't know, let me just enlighten you. So today is a good day that the Lord has made for us. We want to thank the Lord for. And I want to say thank you so much because, it has taken thy hands, thy mercies, thy everything for us to be here. So I want to say thank you so much for those people who've been commenting and asking ZP, if you hear of any new thing, please let us know. And for those people who've been giving me a heads up. Now, as you can see from the title, today I want us to talk about today is just a simple way of letting you know if you're a nurse there and you're struggling out there, maybe you've been rejected by several agencies. We have good news, guys. We have good news. Like I told you, like we've been discussing about immigrating and all that. AVANT is coming to Kenya. AVANT is coming to Kenya in the month of May, and they will be doing what we call an in-person interview or in-person recruitment, like it is on their website. They've said that they will be in the hotel Radisson Blue in Upper Hill. That is where we had met with MedPro last year around November when they were doing their in-person recruitments. So I thought, like, because I might have come across this message and maybe you're out there struggling to like get away out of Kenya, or maybe get away out of your maybe home, like you feel like you want to migrate but you don't have a way out. Let me just give you this good news and tell you that AVANT is coming to Kenya in the month of May. At least you need to understand what you need to do and what are the requirements for you to meet them. Most of the times they've been doing recruitments online, because I remember like my time when I was applying with my agency, that is MedPro. I applied online. We did everything, like we've done basically everything online. But now this time round, there are normally those seasons whereby agencies normally move around the, I wouldn't say continent or something, like around the world, like trying to do those recruitments, the in-person recruitment. So this time round they're in Kenya. So I thought, why not share with my people out there? So it is important for you to understand that when they come, if for example, because they'll be coming to Nairobi in Upper Hill area, when they come, there are some, of course, there are some things that you need to be armed with. There are some things that you need to be aware before you go for the interview. Just like the way, when you're preparing to go for a job interview, you find that there are some things that you need to understand before you go into that interview. For example, if you've been called to one of the major hospitals, one of the big hospitals in the country, you need to have to know who is the CEO of that hospital, who are the board of directors in that hospital, that kind of things, So in this case scenario, we will talk about maybe the things they might need or they might ask you during their interview. Most of the time, they would want to know who you are, because they will need to know what are your documents. What documents do you have? Like when you talk about documents, of course, you need a passport, because at some point you'll be flown out of the country. You'll be flown out of the country to go and sit for the NCLEX exam, because of course you'll not go to that country without a passport. So they need to know whether you have a passport. If you don't have, guys, and you're a nurse out there, that is the most important document. Even an ID. An ID is not as important as a passport is for you as a nurse in the country. Not as a nurse like in the country, but you need a passport. Like, guys, you need a passport. You have no choice other than needing a passport. Okay, it's a very crucial document for nurses. So that's one of the documents that you need. Then you'll have transcripts from all the colleges that you've ever attended. Like me, I told you I am a critical care nurse. So if it was me who will be done like the recruitment, or who will be the recruitee, I will need my transcripts from the training school that I did my critical care. That is for the higher diploma. I will also need my transcripts for the main school, like the one I did my basic. If you have a post-basic diploma or degree, you will need all your transcripts plus the academic documents. When we talk about the academic documents, we mean like you have the certificates that you were given by your school of nursing, and then we have the high school professional documents. Like everything that you know will show that you really went to school and you qualified for you to train as a nurse, and you trained as a nurse, and then this is the document that you have currently that shows you're a nurse. Then you'll also need your license, your practicing license, which should be valid. If it's expired, like I understand, like you people know, in the country our licenses normally expire every year. So if your license is expired, or maybe it's about to expire this month, please make an effort, go renew it, so that by the time they are coming, at least you'll be ready with all your documents. Then another thing that you need to prepare yourself with is, maybe for example, if you live in Nairobi, well and good for you, because you just need to pop in the hotel. You say that you've come to, like, for the recruitment of the Avant, because they normally have like boardrooms and stuff, like a hall. They do their interviews and all that. So you only need to pop in, like maybe catch an Uber or whatever it is. Then you go to, or maybe you're driving, you just drive all the way to the hotel, and that's it. If you're not in Nairobi, maybe you're in Kisumu, you're in Nyahururu, you're in Nakuru, you're in Nyeri, you're in Eldoret, you're in Marsabit, wherever it is that you are, you'll need to arrange in a way how you'll transport yourself or how you'll travel, maybe for the D-Day. So, you know, you need all the logistics. Where will you sleep? If maybe, for example, if you're coming from Turkana to Nairobi, and then you only need some few hours for the interview, maybe you're coming from Kisumu, you only need some few hours, because you don't know how it might end up, you know. You might come, then you find that there is a big line. So you need to get the logistics of you coming from Kisumu or from wherever place that you are in. You come to Nairobi, get a place to sleep maybe, and then wake up the following day for the interview. Then you travel back to your place of work. Then what are the things that they might ask you? They might ask you during the interview. Of course, they will want to know, where do you work? What kind of a facility are you working? Most of these agencies, they normally want hospital, the capacity of the hospital that has a bed capacity of about 80 to 100. It doesn't matter whether it's a referral hospital, but as long as it has a bed capacity, the whole hospital has a bed capacity of 80 to 100 beds. Then they will want to ask you what kind of a hospital. Is it a tertiary? Is it a primary? Like, you know, the kind of hospital it is. Then they'll also tell you to identify the most common conditions that you come across in your day-to-day, like your day-to-day, or whatever, like when you're working and stuff, like what kind of conditions that you come across, what type of patients do you deal with most of the times, you understand? So those are the things that you need to understand before you prepare. Like, those are the things that you need to have in mind when you're preparing. Then of course they will want to know, how much money do you have in preparation for this journey? Because, you know, like we've been talking about the immigration journey, it is quite tedious, it is quite hectic. They need you to be prepared financially, because there's some documents that of course you'll need along the way to send for verification. Like during CGFNS verification, we talked about what is CGFNS verification. I'll also make a video in regards to CGFNS application for those people. Maybe like if you're a private candidate, like maybe you're not using any agency. So I'll make a video and explain how maybe like you can open an account with the CGFNS, so that you send your documents for evaluation, and then maybe they of course when they're doing the evaluation, they just want to understand the credentials. Are they equivalent, like whatever it is that you achieved, the hours you achieved in your country, home country, your native country, do they qualify you to be a nurse in the US? So you'll need to have money, because at the end of the day you'll have to send documents, and you keep on sending those documents. It's not one time, not two times, not three times. You might send several times before you end up leaving the country at the last minute, because you'll do the CES evaluation report. You'll also need to maybe like reimburse your you need to endorse your license. Maybe like in my case, my license is from Montana, but I am going to be working in Texas, so I'll need to endorse my license at some point. So you see, I'll have to send the documents again. So this thing will require you to have a lot of money every now and then. So the agency might ask you, how are you prepared? What kind of source of income are you getting, you know? And how many days do you get, like leave days? Like how many days have you been practicing? Are you practicing continuously, you know? They'll also want to know your family status, if you're married, if you're single, how many children do you have, how many little kids do you have, like, you know, because I understand bringing up kids in the America is very expensive, so it needs you to have like either big kids or like a child who is able to take care. As long as you have children who are above 16 years, you're good to go. And then maybe like if you're a single parent, it becomes a bit difficult for you to bring up kids in the America. So they'll want to understand, so that by the time you're landing there, they understand the kind of nurse they are bringing from their home country, because they wouldn't want to take you from your home country where you're settled, because I mean getting a nanny in the country is not that difficult, or let me just not use that way, or like bringing up kids in Kenya is not as expensive as it is bringing up kids in America. So they'll want to understand all those logistics. Do you have a husband? Do you have a wife? Maybe like the wife is working today and then the husband is off, you're taking, they will want to understand all those kind of things. Then of course we've talked about the bed capacity. Then from there they will tell you what is the way forward. They'll tell you we are talking about the things that we expect when you go to Radisson Blu in the month of May for the AVANT recruitment, because they will be in the country. So they'll also want to tell you, because they will give you reading materials. How are you prepared? Like how will you be revising? Because of course they want people who are passing exams. They don't just want to like bring you on board and then at the end of the day you're just you're just frustrating them. Of course there will be a contract. If you pass the interview, they will give you a contract, or maybe they will tell you now, because you've passed the interview, the in-person interview, what we'll do, we are going to send you via email, or maybe via your phone, like whatever means of communication you prefer, or maybe WhatsApp. They just ask you what, but most of the times they normally communicate through what do we call it, through emails. So they will send you an email they'll send you a mail, and then they will tell you maybe like you need to sign the documents and stuff, like and then from there you send back the contract, so that you understand what terms and conditions that you're fixing yourself in. They will also tell you that we facilitate for exam like IELTS, maybe you facilitate for yourself NCLEX. They will tell you that when we fly you into India, or maybe like Philippines or South Africa, if there is vacancy, it is you to cater for your transport, maybe like your flight tickets, or maybe you'll cater for your accommodation, and then we'll cater for the flight. Like they will tell you all those things at the initial point. So most probably if you qualify at the point of entry Pale Radisson, they will tell you all those documents. So this is an information that I thought maybe I should share out with you guys, so that at least if you feel like you have a nurse out there who is struggling, or maybe thinking to immigrate from the country to US, this might be the chance. If you've been trying to look for ways to immigrate and then you don't know, maybe you've just graduated. By the way, there's something I'd forgotten. All agencies, most of the agencies, they normally want you to have a working experience of at least 2 years in a clinical setup. Like you can't just come from school today, like from college today, and then you want to apply. Maybe like then you tell them you've been working in a clinic. No, of course they will reject you. We'll also make a video of the reasons as to why you find that several agencies have rejected you. I hope this video is educative to you people. I might have left out some things, but I felt like it's important for people to know. Maybe you'll come across this video and at the end of the day you didn't know that Avant was coming, or Avant is coming in the country. It's important. Share it out with your friends, those people who don't know that Avant is coming around the month of May. They will be in Radisson Blu, and that was the purpose of this video. So guys, thank you so much. God bless you so much. Till next time, see you. Keep it locked. Please guys, thank you so much for subscribing. I think we're at around 200 and something. I don't take it for granted, like I've been telling you every now and then, because this has become a slogan in our house. Let me call it house. It has become our slogan. Like, you don't take it for granted that you guys go and come back. There are so many other people there who are so big, but you choose to come here. And like I say every day, this is the right place. You're at home, feel relaxed. Don't touch that dial. Don't touch the dial. Please don't change the channel. Keep on watching guys. Of course you'll learn one thing or two, and I'm so generous with the information. I feel like this is nice for you people to know. So till next time, see you.